Our aim for the project is to reduce the impact on flooding in vulnerable parts of England whilst increasing biodiversity. England has lost almost half its biodiversity since the 1970s, and with climate change worsening, floods and droughts are more likely to occur. To solve this, we plan to reintroduce beavers as a cost-effective solution. The reintroduction would cause an overwhelmingly positive effect on biodiversity, as beavers influence the ecosystem through dam and lodge creation. Through the subsequent increase of habitat heterogeneity caused by the beaver's reintroduction, many species with high conservation value will benefit. Dams produced will reduce peak and total storm flows alongside increasing lag times, thus reducing flood risk downstream and minimising preventative and potential damage costs.
On a local scale, beaver reintroduction has many benefits, yet the activities may cause damage to local structures. The damming, burying and tree felling can impact various infrastructures, including roads, fish passes and flood banks, to name a few. Nevertheless, the cost of this may be minimal. A study found that the cost of 5 trees falling totaled £200, including any damages sustained. Harmful burying can be mitigated through realignment of flood banks. The expansion of riparian zones used by beavers, whereby existing flood defences are moved 20 metres from the watercourse, is a solution. The development of an appropriate management strategy would be fundamental to the success of coexistence of beavers and fisheries. This includes making space for beavers through naturally vegetated buffer zones. Further, beavers do not require extensive human operation except for maintenance and supervision. A significant benefit is the increase of ecotourism, bringing substantial economic benefits for local communities. Not only will this have psychological benefits for tourists through ecotherapy, it has been estimated that beaver tourism could generate £2 million per year for local communities. Looking at the 6 regions within our project in England, the profit will be £12 million within a year and £60 million within 5 years. Consequently, the economic benefits derived from ecotourism outweigh the cost of potential damages with viable solutions generated.
This project follows a 3-segment financial model by taking figures from a Devon study to examine benefits and costs of beaver reintroduction plan on a national scale. The referred study only examined effects on a flood-prone area of 1,000 square meters, but our project looks at the 6 most vulnerable regions across England to estimate how beneficial beaver reintroduction project may be when scaled up. Our model looks at 2 scenarios. Scenario 1, where properties deemed high risk are reduced to moderate risk as a result of beaver activity, and Scenario 2, where properties deemed very high risk of flooding are reduced to high risk of flooding. The estimates are calculated through scaling up the yearly, 5-year, and 10-year findings from the mentioned study. The costs considered are those arising from waterlogging and estimated marginal loss from crops that could have otherwise been planted in the absence of beaver activity. After 5 years, beaver reintroduction produces benefits of up to £38.3 million with costs of only £16.2 million. Therefore, the benefits of this project in the explored areas are easily outweigh the costs.
When considering how our project will abide by UK regulations, Beaverlogical will coordinate with local authorities in their flood defence strategies. While conservation efforts will be amalgamated with the efforts of local wildlife trusts, this is in an effort to provide all the stakeholders of our project with the most protection, care and benefit as possible. Our aim at Beaverlogical is to abide by as many UN Sustainability Development Goals as we can. For instance, we will be contributing towards Goal 8, which is the promotion of decent work and economic growth, by providing the jobs and contracts via our conservation efforts. Goal 11, which is the sustainable cities and communities, will be promoted by the reduction of flood flow of up to 60%. Most importantly though, the biggest impacts of our project will be Goal 13 and 15. 13 is the promotion of climate action, which is encompassed by the project's increase of biodiversity, while Goal 15, which is the protection, restoration and promotion of sustainable ecosystems. Although we wish our project could fulfil more UN SDGs, there is only so much our project can cover in helping the environment, but we will try and encompass as many as possible.
As the issue of climate change is so complicated, alongside the partially unknown long-term results of the reintroduction of beavers into the UK, success can be measured in numerous ways. Firstly, legislation change to provide protection for beavers in England will provide safety to our furry friends. Alongside this, maintaining public support for a project such as this is pivotal to a positive outcome. This will come through transparency in the scheme, with public input at the centre. It is also important that the beaver reintroduction maintains financial profitability, despite the social benefit obtained from the scheme. Finally, it is vital this scheme makes improvements to local biodiversity and supporting ecosystems. As well as this, a marked reduction in flood risk, whilst also improving water storage, will help to reach net zero and will be required to deem the project successful. Thank you for watching our presentation.